All right, so let's figure out how we're going to put these on here. By the way, if you want some more research on topos and don't want to wait for civil, we have a maps folder that's just stuffed full. In fact, I've got all of central Idaho in there, a good portion of southern Idaho. That is all done by the USGS. So if you want to look at it. All right, so the first thing we've got to do is determine how we want this house to work in relationship to the land. I kind of remember talking at the field, I said, hey, your floor is about 20 inches up above where we were talking, but do we really want it there with the land the way it's sat? Because obviously this one, 1.97, much smaller value than 9.8. So in essence, if I take those two numbers, let's say 2 to 10, I've got about 8 feet of drop from here to here. If I look at this one, I'm about 3 to 11, another 8 feet of drop. Over here, I'm 1.5 to 8.5, I've got what, 7 feet of drop. So we're pretty constant all the way through the thing. Now, where do we want the 100-foot elevation? If you look in the site plan chapters, they'll tell you you can put those elevations 2 ways. One, you can just label the corner of the elevation. Okay, I can just call this out at 101, whatever, 103, and then just label the corners. If you get steep sloping land like this one, this is relatively steep for a residential lot, then we want to use topographical lines. So we're going to figure it out and then put our topo lines on it that represent it. Now, where do we want our finished floor at in relationship to this land? Remember, we can fill dirt. Would you like it the same elevation here, so that as you drive onto the property and you drive into your garage, you're coming on a flat surface? Or would you like to come off of here and drop down and then come into the garage? Would you like to come off of here and raise and come into the garage? You're saying raise?
I like flat going into the
Okay, you're
garage.
saying flat. Declan, what would you rather do?
Probably flat.
Probably flat.
Come in at the same level you come in, but flat.
Okay, so
I don't want to raise 20 feet, but just a little.
there is code out there, one thing you need to be aware of, and this is really dictated by water. Okay, what happens when we get 6 feet of snow and it melts?
It is this.
We get a flood, right? Okay. So you are mandated by code that the soil must slope away from the structure. Okay. So in essence, what I would say on this is we try and keep it approximately flat. So we're going to come off, we're going to probably have to drop our driveway just a little bit, and then we want to come up into the house. Okay. And what we'll do is, as that water melts and comes, we'll shed it around the sides. Okay. So we'll kind of have a ridge coming down through our driveway and then shed that water. So I would say, let's put our finished floor elevation something about the same as right here. Okay. That's what I would say. Because that would give us a lot of options as we build that driveway, and I'll have a slight downslope. I'll follow probably the topo of the land, and then I'll probably come back up another half a foot or so into the structure.
It also improves your view.
Yeah, higher you get, the better view you got. Good point. Why did all those people have decks sitting off their stuff? It's exactly that, so they can sit up high and look over into those areas. They can see into the canyon and not just see this little ream of rock. Okay. All right, so let's call this point right here, let's call it our main floor elevation of 100 feet. And we're going to put our house on that same elevation. Okay. Now, what we then have to do is determine the elevation of this, because everything was done in relationship to this. So what we did was we came out, and I now know I want that to be the main floor of my house, or elevation of 100 feet dash 0 inches. Okay? So let's figure out the elevation of this. Okay? How are you going to do that? And actually, I think I kind of drew this a little bit wrong. Because we know that's good high spot. Really what I'm talking about here is my elevation of 100 feet dash 0 inches, right here. Okay? Now, if I want to get to this instrument, how am I going to do it? Just think of it.
You subtract.
We're going to start here.
You're 104.57.
This is just plus minus. If I'm going to start here, what path do I follow to get to here? Aren't I going to come here,
Yep.
here,
Yep.
here? So you're going to take 100 feet, you're going to add 1.97. You're going to follow that straight line back to the instrument. We're going to subtract 4.56 feet. So my elevation right here, I know the elevation right here is equal to 100 feet. What'd you get?
7.41, is that not right? I'm doing this wrong.
Yeah, 100.
Or 97, I'm sorry. Sorry, 97.41.
So our elevation here
So
is,
it's 100 feet minus 1.97.
now plus.
Plus 1.97 and then minus 4.56.
Yep.
97.41.
So my elevation's 97.41. Okay?
So you don't have to worry at all about the distance.
No, we don't care about the distance. That we're showing the distance by these points. Okay? We've already got the distance on it. Okay. So that it means also the elevation of this guy, my instrument, is 101.97. Is that correct? Now, can I use this number to find the, now that I've taken my, did my finished floor, I've related it back to my instrument. Now, can I use this number, this one or this one, to find the elevation of here, 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 here? Yeah, I can find all of it. In essence, what you're going to do is take this 101.97, and all you have to do is subtract that number, subtract that number, subtract that number, that number. This is a great place for an Excel spreadsheet. Okay. So I'm going to pop open Excel and just build myself a quick little Excel spreadsheet. Okay, so 101.97. If you don't know how to use Excel, I'll kind of show you a little bit. Okay, there's the elevation of my instrument. Okay. Elevation instrument. So if you want, just open up, let me make this bigger so you can see it. Because I don't need a whole lot. Just open up an Excel spreadsheet. Down on your desk.
I started one on my paper, is that okay?
What's that?
I started kind of like my same setup on the paper, just drew it out in the little chart.
Yeah.
Is that okay?
You bet. You're not going to put them in a chart. We're going to use this to crunch topo lines. But all you need is a number. Yeah, you can hand crunch these. There's not that many of them.
So we don't need Excel to do
No,
what we do?
you don't have to. But this is a quick way to do it. That way you don't punch bad buttons on calculator.
Yeah, I imagine once you get like enough lines, this will be a lot faster. If you have like 100 different things you're doing.
Yeah, actually, when we get to civil, you're gonna have one that has probably 200 points in it. And yeah, you're definitely gonna want an Excel spreadsheet. Okay, so you all got that, those of you that got this open now. What I then do is this part right here, this is gonna be my point subtraction, or what I measured on the Philadelphia route. So as an example, let me take that southwest corner was 1.67, right? So all I do is put 1.67 in here. Okay, and stack those two cells right above each other. Okay, you good? Everybody there? Now, how do we build a formula in Excel? You have a keystroke you have to do when you do a formula. Anybody know it?
Equal?
Yes, you gotta do the equal sign. So if what I'm gonna do is tell it, hey, I want you to take this top number, subtract the bottom number from it, and I start that with an equal sign. So I'm telling Excel, I'm putting a math formula in here. So hit your equal sign. Then as soon as you do that, just use your mouse and click on the top one. And you'll see, like on mine, it puts in A2. What that means is I'm in column A, row 2. So it's looking for data in that location. Okay. Now, once you hit that, hit the minus sign. And click on the one right above it, or you can just type A3. Hit enter. There's your elevation. So you should have 100.3. Missy, did you get that?
Nope.
Juan, how about you?
Surprise, surprise. I got town value.
Equals, click on that one, hit minus. Click on that, hit enter. I think I know what to do. Click on the 1.67. That's fine, click on the next one. Now, this text in here is gone, just delete the text. Now you gotta click on the one on 1.97 because it's in that cell. And just come up here and delete it out. There you go, there, get rid of all those tabs and everything.
There we go.
Okay. Click on here, 101. Okay, get rid of all the text. No, that's fine, just hit enter. Get rid of your text on that one. Okay, go to the next cell down, hit equals. Click on the first one.
You change your body black?
No, it's a little, there's some milk in this, and I don't have any cream at home. Do
Oh.
you want some black?
No, huh? I just
Yeah, you
wondered.
can't
I
put-
didn't know if you pre-made it.
You can't put your text in the same cell, because it's not gonna read numbers with text.
Oh.
All right, so there it is. And all you have to do is go around and type in these different numbers. And you can change these right on your drawing.
Wait, so you do number 5, you put the next number on?
So all I gotta do is change this number now. Okay, so what you ought to do is on your site plan, you're gonna take on this corner and write 103. Or in CAD, use a little piece of M text. So we need to calculate a couple of these, so I'm gonna do just the top of them so I can show you what we're doing here. So this one's 100.3. The next one was 4.34 down. 4.34, that's 97.63. Next one, 6.21. 6. My instrument is 97.41. On the right side, what are we on that guy?
8.36.
I think mine's
Going around.
9.5.
Where are you going?
I'm on my northwest corner. What's that, 9.5? That's 92. Oh, no, that's not right. Have another number up there, what is it? 2.8.
So why wouldn't you just go around? Why did you go up to that other corner?
Because I'm not gonna do the whole thing. You guys.
Oh, okay,
you
there's
guys are.
no right way to just, to do it.
No, you just
don't
need the
have to-
points information.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, so let me show you what I've got here. Okay, so I just went and wrote down, I got 95, 92, 100, this is 100, even, that's 99.09, 95.76, 97.41, okay? And those are just my quick numbers there. You'll want to get the rest of those numbers. Now, we now got all the information ready for the drawing. Okay. So, what we're gonna do, we've been going a little bit, and I'm starting to get people dozing on me, so we're gonna take a quick break, we're gonna come back, and we're gonna throw this stuff together. And what we're gonna do here is we're gonna put the house on it, and we're gonna put our topo lines and get those going. Tomorrow, we'll come back and work on it again for a little bit, and it might take us one more day, and we're gonna have this done. Okay. So today, we'll get the house and our elevation control on the drawing. Okay? So let's take a break, and we'll come back and do that.
You have to put in between the equation.